Hey everyone, Andrikats here, and today we are talking about the World Within pre-patch again. This time around though, we'll cover some of the minor changes that are coming behind the curtains and are very easy to miss. So that's why I decided to put together a video to showcase the best 14 minor changes coming with this pre-patch. So without further ado, let's get started. Just right off the bat, as soon as you log into the game, you can choose to hide your pants. This is a great feature for several reasons. For one, pants often don't look good under certain revealing dresses, and second, some races have unique skin features that are worth showing off. For example, some cases that come to mind: Dragthir have their scales, the new Earthen race has diamonds on their legs, and Mechanomes have their mechanical legs. And now with this change, you can highlight these details by hiding your pants, or if you want to wear just your underwear, well, you do you, no one's gonna judge you. This is a completely safe game and anyone is allowed to do what they want and no one's gonna judge you for it, okay? I don't know why you get so upset about it. Another quality of life improvement is that you can now collect any Transmog regardless of your character's current armor type and class. The only exception to the rule is the class-specific gear that can still only be earned by that specific class. That being said, I do hope that barrier can also be lifted in the near future, but for now, being able to collect pretty much anything in-game, no matter what character you're on, well, that's really great news. And mind you, even legacy tier tokens will be warbound now, so you can send them to your alts and they can unlock the transmog just straight away. This change will open up many opportunities for collecting transmogs and I'm so excited about it. Sticking with the transmog theme, this patch allows you to see other class sets and transmog pieces directly through the transmog tab. This is incredibly convenient because you no longer need to switch between alts to decide what to hunt next. In addition to that, the map gets some shiny new icons, and if you hover over a raid or a dungeon, you can right-click and it will take you directly to the loot table. We've got no time to lose when it comes to transmog collecting. You can easily find anything you're missing and just get right on it. Generally, the World Within pre-patch brings a bunch of UI updates and improvements. There are too many, so I'm just gonna go over a few that I find particularly interesting. First of all, your map will be refreshed with new, clearer icons and will now include a legend explaining what each icon represents. Even if you are a veteran player, it's really easy to get lost sometimes. So yeah, the legend is there to explain you everything that you need to know. And imagine if you are a new player or you're just starting WoW now. Wow, just imagine the sheer amount of things that you need to learn. It's really quite mind-blowing. And this change is a big win for, I think, pretty much everyone, especially for new players. Additionally, when you mouse over something on your map, it will now highlight in your legend. And if you click on it, a waypoint will be set for you, so you can easily go there. These minor tweaks might seem small to the eye, but they collectively refine the game, making it more modern and user-friendly. Speaking of a modernized UI, the quest log has received a significant overhaul. Instead of numbers, each quest now features 3 dots to indicate your progress, making it easier to see where you stand with each quest. While some might prefer the old number system, only time will tell if this new approach proves more effective. Additionally, repeatable daily and weekly quests now have distinct icons, helping you differentiate between one-item quests and those that can be completed multiple times over time. You will even see a countdown showing how long until you can complete the quest again before it resets. Undoubtedly, these changes will enhance the user-friendliness, especially for new and returning players. Sticking with the UI subject, the spellbook is getting bigger and better. You can even say it's almost like an actual book now. The only downside to it is that it can feel a bit too large and claustrophobic. While you have the option to minimize it, it doesn't quite capture the same feeling as when it's wide open. On the plus side, you can now hide passive spells, and the new search bar is a game changer. It allows you to look for spells using keywords, even if you don't really remember their exact names. I think this is really a must-have to be able to search for something, and I particularly like the feature that highlights missing spells from your bars. This update is especially useful for setting up your character or when you level up. So now is the perfect time to take advantage of these new features, especially with the upcoming leveling changes that we'll discuss right now. It wouldn't really be a pre-patch if it didn't bring some exciting changes to the leveling game. And that's exactly what it does. The experience required to reach levels 10 to 70 will be significantly reduced, making it a lot faster. Players will now need around 50% less XP to go from 1 to 70 compared to live servers, with the most substantial reduction occurring in the 60 to 70 bracket. In my case, for example, it took just 5 quests to progress from level 62 to 63, and I'm seriously not exaggerating here, it's really that fast. If you've got all stuck in the 60s, well, now is the perfect time to push them all the way to 70 and get them ready for the World Within. Additionally, Chromie Time will now cover levels between 10 to 70, with Dragonfly set as the default leveling experience for new players. Given that Dragonfly's story pace and gameplay have been superior to recent expansions, this is a welcome change. As a result, BFA will move from being the default leveling path to an optional one, and thank God for that! Don't forget that with the new warband system in place, swapping characters throughout the expansion will be a breeze, so having max level alts is highly recommended. One major benefit that comes to mind is the ability to transfer currencies between characters, allowing you to funnel valuable resources from your alts to your main character, provided that the currency is transferable. This opens up many possibilities and making it easier to go through the expansion for, let's say, collecting stuff and even gearing different characters. Although not a minor feature, the significant class rewards coming with the pre-patch are worth mentioning here. I didn't include them in the major features video, not because they're not exciting, because they definitely are, but because class changes are somewhat expected before a new expansion arrives. While some classes may receive more love than others, every class and spec will experience changes. No matter what class you play though, expect your character to feel quite different when the pre-patch goes live, with class changes, talent resets, and even new visual effects. I'm not gonna go over them here because there are obviously too many, but you can check the official patch notes if you wanna learn more about the class that interests you. Hero talents unfortunately will not come with the pre-patch, but rather with the World Within expansion. But for now, you can explore how your class and spec will perform in the upcoming expansion. If you haven't settled on your main yet, well, don't worry, the pre-patch provides plenty of time to decide on your main and choose which alts to play. With the World Within being one of the most alt-friendly expansions yet, offering features that are account-wide, the idea of sticking to just one main character is likely to fade. So yeah, I recommend taking this time and testing out many characters. So one of the major issues that many players face in Dragonflight was the limited number of talent builds, which was only 10. Thankfully, that's changing in the pre-patch, and now you'll be able to create up to 40 talent loadouts for a single character. That equals to more than 10 in each spec, and thus providing far more flexibility than ever before. This should cover any setup you need and let you say goodbye to any add-ons that you use for this entire purpose. In this patch, we're also seeing significant changes for two particular races. Our beloved humans will be saying goodbye to their 10% reputation buff and will instead being replaced by a new racial called No Place Like Home. This one is granting a lower cooldown to your Hearthstone and a second charge. Not the best news overall, but it is what it is. With Dragonfly coming to a close, Dragthyr will now start at level 10 like any other allied race and will be limited to leveling in their own starting zone. Unfortunately, they can't decide between Excel's Reach, but they have to go through Forbidden Reach first. However, starting at level 10 means you no longer have any restrictions on the number you can have per realm, so you can freely create as many Dragthyr as you like. Speaking of allied races, you can now visit all of the original zones in all of your characters via new portals. Since their addition in BFA, allied races have typically come with a short introductory starting zone, but due to their limited gameplay purpose, they were never accessible for any other players. Well, that was until now. The Alliance gains the most from this update, with 4 new portals coming behind the Stormwind Embassy. Previously, only Mechagon City was accessible to everyone, though it did require a lengthy flight to Mechagon in Coltiras. Telogru's Rift, home of the Void Elves, was made accessible in patch 10.7 not just to Alliance players, but to the Horde as well, during our brief adventure with Illyria. Alliance players have now direct access to Vindicar through the Argus machine, and they can go and explore the hub of the Lightforged Draenei, even though it's a duplicate of the one that we have in Argus. Shadowforge City is also now accessible, offering a more expansive hub compared to other allied races. Previously, the only way to reach it was through an instance version with hostile mobs. Now a mold machine in Stormwind provides free access to the Dark Iron hub. On the other hand, the Horde gets fewer changes because I guess we are that cool and don't really need much, no bias at all. But jokes aside, the Horde players have always had access to Thunder Totem and the Night Hall, and races like the Makar and Vulpera do lack unique starting zones. And as a result, our changes are not really that good. However, easy access to Suramar and High Mountain from Orgrimmar is obviously a welcome quality of life improvement, whether you're running all content for collectibles or just for pure role-playing reasons. These portals also offer an enjoyable visit to important story locations that were previously inaccessible to most of our characters. With the new warband system and the completion of the Dynamic Do achievement, you'll be able to unlock the toy warband map to everywhere all at once. This toy will uncover all the blank areas on your map that you have explored before. It's a fantastic change that will significantly enhance your gameplay when leveling new alts and even catching up with older ones. It's a highly convenient addition and you'll likely gain access to it from day one. I couldn't really skip this next update that everyone has been talking about since alpha, and I'm obviously referring to a key feature of this expansion, the Arachnophobia mode, or as easier said, the crap mode. You can enable this feature in the game's options and it can be turned on and off whenever you feel like it. Essentially, this mode transforms any type of spider creature into a crab, including hostile mobs, small critters, and many more. There are some exceptions to this rule, such as cinematics, where it's all pre-rendered, but for the majority of mobs, it should apply without any issues. It's really not that uncommon to be afraid of spiders. Apparently, it affects 3 to 6% of the global population, and this feature makes sure that you don't have to suffer through a big chunk of the upcoming expansion. Given that we are going deep beneath Azeroth's surface and visiting the layers of the Askahed Kingdom, this mode is quite on point. It also affects older zones and creatures like the Nerubians back in Northrend and of course Naxxramas. The crab mode is a really good improvement to the game, but it could be better. I mean, crabs can look quite ugly as well, can they? Then again, I don't have arachnophobia, so I can't really be the judge of this. What's your take on this? Do you think it's better, spiders or crabs? I don't know, let me know in the comments. And last but not least, a minor but yet welcome change is that the Dalaran and Garrison Hearthstones are getting a new casting effect. I mean, every other Hearthstone toy in the game has one, so why not them as well? Also, something I found out in my latest stream, literally last minute before I close it, is that mages get a new effect when they teleport to another area, which is really dope. However, this only happens when you use the solo teleport, not the mage's portal. So only our lovely mages can experience this, at least for the time being. That is, of course, why I'll definitely level up my mage next. And yeah, that's pretty much all, guys. There are so many small bits and pieces, but overall they shape the game into a better version, and I'm so hyped for that. And with that, I'd like to thank you for watching my content today. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe for more content. Hit the bell to stay up to date as well. Good luck with whatever you're doing, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye!